Welcome to another Businessology lesson. We're going to talk about hiring. And I just want to say this is a little bit of a warning lesson. And I want to let you know that it's really dangerous for you to convince yourself to hire somebody. So, a lot of times when we enter into a hiring process, we want to fill a position, and we always want to fill a position quickly, right? So, when you're at the point of hiring, you're not preparing for a need. You already have a need. And so you're already feeling some level of pain, probably. So that you just need to be aware of that fact. You're already trying to eliminate some pain. So you just have to be super careful that you don't convince yourself to fill this spot. So how can you convince yourself? Well, you can go into the first few phases and steps of hiring. And these people are really nice. You're like, wow, they're telling me all kind of things they know how to do. They're agreeing with me. If you take people to lunch or if you meet them in person, we don't. We always do our hiring virtually. But if you can meet them in person, that's even better. And you can really become convinced. So you have to be careful not to do that. One way we try to combat ourselves, and that's what we're doing. We're combating our own mental and emotional commitment to people, or really our own mental commitment to take away our pain in our company so we can get somebody hired, is we introduce other people into the process. And we've shared that in some other lessons, but it's so key. I want to say it again here. We do that in a lot of different ways. My partner, Julie, and I will always do our hiring together, always. We're both in all of the calls. And if I'm leading the call or if she's leading it, one of us is listening, trying to see how the other person is responding to us. If they like what they're hearing, if they don't like what they're hearing, those things are really important. And we'll bring our leadership team at some phases. Now, the reason you want these other people that have come into this hiring process is now you have somebody to talk through the candidate with, right? So there comes a point. Hopefully, you're going to have 2 or 3 choices at the end of this hiring process, and you're going to go, man, these are all great. Which one are we going to pick? It's going to be sad to turn down the other 2 because we like them all. Then you start entering into conversations with somebody else who has different views, and now you can start pitting each other against your own feelings. They can go, I really like them. And I can say, well, I didn't like when they said that. It seemed to mean to me that they didn't want to accept the policies and procedures of the firm. And so having another person gives you a lot of great ways to have banter, but they have to have gone through the whole process with you so that you can fully, understand that banter. And I know everybody has horror stories, and we have horror stories too of hiring. We've been doing this for a couple of decades. So the horror stories are very horrifying. They are very difficult because you're trying to fill this position, and when you found the person and you make the offer, you are just beyond excited, right? For a lot of different reasons. The hiring process has stopped. You can start handing a lot of the onboarding and orientation and training to other team members. That's what we do. We start handing that off to our leadership team. That's extremely helpful because the upfront hiring is all on the shoulders of me and my partner. So we can convince ourselves pretty quickly. So we hired somebody one time, and I can't remember if we felt the signs of them not being right or not being able to fully commit. And that's something you want to feel and see and hear in a candidate. You want to hear them excited, pressing in, committed, and I can't wait, and I want to do this job. You don't want to hear hesitancy from a candidate. You want to hear them going, I really want this job. You want to hear them just openly saying that they want this job. That really gives you a sense of what their mental awareness. If you feel somebody going, yeah, I don't know, we'll see, then you want to pull back. You want to be really careful when you don't feel that commitment and assent very positively from a candidate. Well, I don't think we felt that from this one person we hired, and it was a higher level role, a CPA role. We started hearing their ability to commit, pulling back, going, I don't know if my personal life will let me be full-time yet. And we're like, well, the job is full-time. You'll have to commit full-time. Can you do that? And they say, yes, I can. Well, that person came in. We introduced them, to a couple of different people and a couple of different clients. We assigned them as a CPA to those clients. And then when we started the training process, they started pushing back on our training and a lot of the what we call the scaffolding we place around a team, which is training, calendar work blocking, using our project management systems, all of these things we give to teams to help them be successful. Some teams may push against those because they don't want to work within those structures, but they have to in our firm. Well, this person started pushing back against the team member that was training them. And then eventually they ghosted us. This person ghosted us. Now, we've heard that happen before after people have hired. They've been ghosted from a brand new team member, and that is super difficult. That person really was not committed to what you're doing. Now you don't know what to do. You're like, are they hurt? Can we just not find them? Are they coming back? Do they still want the job? At that point, you don't know, and so you have to wait maybe a week or a week and a half. And if you can't find them anymore and they won't respond to you, you finally have to cut them off, and you got to send really a resignation email to somebody who never really resigned. So you kind of have to fire them when you didn't want to, and then you start all over, right? And now your clients are like, what are y'all doing over there? You assigned somebody to us, and within a couple weeks, they left or they ghosted you. And so clients really do put the weight of that on you as a firm. They really start to think, they apply that to your firm. Like, what kind of firm are you? Did they not want to be with y'all? Like, what did y'all do to them in those first 2 weeks? Clients really have those views. Now, our clients trust us, a good bit. So I don't think they apply that, but they start to wonder, why could that person not be successful in your firm? So that stuff is devastating when they ghost you or they really flame out in the first couple weeks. You want to avoid that as much as you can. One way to do that, I would say, very key is, have all these steps, have a lot of people talk about these things. And if you are feeling uncomfortable, you want to pull back and you want to press into that and you want to try to figure out, why am I feeling this way? Why can I not get over the feeling of why I'm struggling? So I'm just impressing on you again, as I have in some other lessons, that hiring is extremely intentional. You need more people helping you, and you really have to feel comfortable before you move forward with somebody. Make sure you get a lot of those things mentally and emotionally resolved in yourself and technically, so you can really know that this is the person to commit to. So I hope that helps with more hiring from Businessology and Blummer CPAs. We'll see you.